Now, with lead generation, the specific approach you must take to systematically generate a specific number of leads, you'll need to do a mixture between prospecting and marketing, guys. You need to set up a database, like which we've already done, you should have already done, and systematically market to it. So we cover the prospecting and the best times to do it and how frequently you should be doing it daily. Now we're going to kind of shift gears and go over the marketing, but before we jump into the marketing activities section completely, we're going to talk a little bit more about the difference between prospecting and marketing, and a little bit more why you need a little bit of both to kind of really make the magic happen so you could generate X amount of leads or as many leads as possible to grow your business. So again, this is a systematic, you need to systematically generate this. So, and that's what we're going to kind of break down a little bit more and talk about. Okay, so prospecting versus marketing. Prospecting keeps you in an active versus reactive state. It allows you to keep your hand in a proactive customer creation activities that will be critical to your ability to hit your numbers when the market shifts. And you're in a period when attracting through marketing doesn't generate enough leads. This is an active pursuit, guys. It's a direct contact. So essentially what I'm saying is that it's an actual conversation, either it's face-to-face or phone conversation, or sometimes, I know we're in a different time now where texting can be efficient, and so can emailing. Now, there is marketing when it comes to emailing, which we're going to talk about in a second, but you can be proactively prospecting via text and via email as well. But we know, which, well, actually, maybe you don't know, but the best conversion or in terms of sales actually tend to happen over the phone or face to face. That's just how it is, guys. So marketing, it's a leverage activity. It's to be able to generate the number of leads you will need prospecting, because prospecting just won't be enough, guys. So marketing actively can give you the leverage you'll need to generate a large number of leads, and to essentially it's attraction marketing. That's really what it is. It's attraction. And so if you're trying to target a certain community or area or a certain type of clientele, that's why people also market as well. So attraction, it's a little bit more indirect contact, because you're not typically talking to somebody or, doing that proactive piece in terms of getting in front of them and talking to them in their face. So hopefully you guys understand the difference between prospecting and marketing now, but you need to be doing both to truly grow and scale in real estate, at least at a high level. If you want to be a top producer or a mega agent, you need to be doing both to see uber success. Now, prospecting, this is just some highlights that I want you guys to kind of understand and know. Prospecting is free typically, guys. Majority of the time, prospecting is free because, again, it's like that phone conversation, face to face, maybe texting and even sometimes emailing. It's time intensive though. It's a proactive approach, and it gives you typically immediate results. So that's the reason why we kind of beat you guys over the head and we say prospect, prospect, prospect. You should be lead generating every single day because of some of these things that, I'm highlighting right here. It's the main thing is free. And most agents, when you start out, you may not have a large budget. So that's why you need to go ahead and be prospecting. And also the results piece. You typically get immediate results. And when the market shifts, it's helpful to be prospecting, because again, a lot of the sales happen via like that phone or face-to-face. So not just sales, but referrals too. Now, marketing tends to cost us, guys. We know we have social media, so it does change things a bit. Times are a little bit different. So you can do marketing a little bit more on the free side, but it is typically with marketing, it's usually cost and it's money intensive. It's also passive as well. You're not proactively reaching out to people and talking to people directly. And also it's long-term results. Even with social media, it takes time. So if you're a person that's like, hey, I'm going to be doing YouTube because it's free, or I'll be posting on Facebook and Instagram and even TikTok because it's free. Typically, it still takes a good amount of time before those people will start converting and you'll start seeing results. I know big time social media, or I'll say YouTube influencers, they're doing marketing for free and they get free leads pretty much every day. But it took them a year to build up their YouTube channel before they started to see that result. So again, a year. If you prospect though, typically you can see results within a couple of months, sometimes even within a couple weeks. So you just never know. You might, that one phone call that you make could be somebody that's ready to buy or sell that day, or they're ready to kind of do something a little sooner rather than later. So keep in mind, that's the difference between prospecting and marketing. And hopefully you truly understand why you need to be doing a mixture of both to really see success in this industry, in this business. And I know a lot of people don't like prospecting, but with these benefits that I just listed, I mean, at least the free piece and immediate results should entice you to want to prospect more. I know the time could be an issue for some people, but you got to find that time if you want to be good in real estate. Now, if you have a lot more time on your hand, you know, that 6 months or a year before you can get a deal, then maybe you can spend all your time and focus on marketing. But I would not recommend that. Even agents that have a lot of money, you know, they have a nice size budget each month, they still prospect. So just food for thought. Now, prospecting lead generation, a fact, only 2% of sales are actually made on the first contact. Yet most agents feel failure if they don't convert on the first contact. But the truth of the matter is that the math simply works against you if you have this mindset. So instead of looking for a sell in your first conversation with a lead when you're prospecting, you need to be looking for an okay to talk to them again. You really need to be in the convo with a promise for you to do something for them. So I want you guys to remember this while you're lead generating and you're setting up your prospecting schedules, to understand that maybe you should write this down and put this on your wall somewhere so you don't feel failure, you don't give up once you start prospecting, because you're like, Monique, I'm not getting results. I'm not getting appointments. Maybe I'm not getting any closed deals. Nobody wants to buy today or sell. When we know in reality that that's just not how the math works. And also, most people, we're in a business and an industry that it's not, they're not spending $100. They're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, some people millions of dollars. So typically most people aren't able to do that the first time you talk to them. They need a little bit of time to get prepared and ready, such as a pre-approval letter. They also may need, down payment assistance, or they may just need to get their ducks in a row in terms of where they're relocating to. If they're a seller, they got to get their house in order. So we got to start thinking a little differently when we're prospecting, lead generating, and understand that this is usually not an immediate thing that's going to happen tomorrow. Now, you do get lucky the more you lead generate and the more continuously you lead generate, right? And you also market as well. You're going to start getting people that's like, they will reach out to you, or you reach out to them, they're ready to do something today. So that does happen when you take consistent action, but it's not something that is a thing that happens every single time you prospect. So you got to be okay. And that's why we ask those questions in the beginning about, about rejection, or, just those questions, because it truly will help you fully understand you and your behavior and how you act when you face situations like this. Because again, you're not going to sell to everybody on the first call. It just doesn't work that way. Okay, guys, so I hope you learned a lot in this section. Now we're going to get to some of the more, I would say, a little bit more hands-on marketing activities. I love this section. It can be a little bit overwhelming. So maybe you want to take a break and maybe do that section another day, maybe not the same day as prospecting and lead generation. It's really up to you, but it is a lot of information. So I'm just letting you guys know you may want to take a quick break right here and then go to the next section. But either route, I'll see you guys in the next section. I'm really excited for us to go over marketing activities.